YouTubers, Chief Prepper here, making another video. This one's going to cover washing clothes, washboard, wringer. I'm going to show you what I have, and then we're going to talk about some other stuff when I'm done with that. Actually had to dig these two things out. Haven't actually opened the boxes, so opened up. I cut part of it already, but haven't done the rest. So this is a washboard. I don't know if you can see it. I will probably invest the money sometime soon for a second one. The whole 2 is 1, 1 is none. This is something some people might not have, or might not know about, or might not want to spend the money for. Unlike some people, because of my time in Iraq, we actually did laundry by hand. So, big deal. In case you're wondering, this is a Ringmaster clothes wringer. Some of you might say, why do you want that? If you've never done laundry by hand and you think you can just wring clothes out easily, you're mistaken. And you might say, why do you need a wringer? Well, you don't need a wringer necessarily, but having a wringer will cut your drying time down. The other thing you need is a good galvanized minimum 17 to 19 gallon pail. You need at least 2 of those. Some of you might say, why? Well, you need 2 because you need 1 to wash the clothes in, and you need 1 to rinse in. So hopefully you can see me. You know, the sun's going down. I had this on the other day. It puts out a lot of heat. So you need a multi-tool. I'm a Super Leatherman fan. I've had them for years. Most of the time I wind up breaking something on them. This is one of my skinning and hunting knives. I'm not plugging the brand, it's just something I saw that I liked. It's a case. It has a straight blade, it's relatively soft metal that you can sharpen easily. It has a hook that you can use to open up an animal, and it has a bone saw. This is my Kershaw. It's my primary one. The other one I carry in the event that, and as you can tell, this saw is dirty because I've used it. So you need your skinning knives to be out of relatively soft metal. I used to think otherwise. But soft metal, while it won't hold an edge as long, is much easier to sharpen quickly. So, you're going to need a fighting knife. I got mine. I'm not going to show most of the actual weapon stuff because I don't want YouTube to freak out. But I got what's called a cold steel trench knife. Something they had in World War I, I think. Basically, it's a long knife with brass knuckles. In this case, steel knuckles. You're going to need some kind of tomahawk, machete. I already went over the skinning knife sets. In addition to all that, you're going to need a way to sharpen this stuff. And if you don't know how, you're going to need to learn. We have a recent addition to the property. I don't know if he's going to stay. He's a male cat. He's very lovey-dovey and very meowy, so if you hear him, I apologize. So, I have 2 tomahawks that are fighting tomahawks, and then I have a Gerber camp axe. The Gerber camp axe I actually carried in Iraq. if I'd ever had an opportunity to return the favor of some of the people who were fucking trying to kill me, I probably would not have hesitated to chop one of their fucking heads off. And I can chop a head of a wild boar off that's 250 pounds with 2 hits to the spine. So when we talk about bang sticks, I'm going to recommend semi-autos chambered in 9mm or 45 ACP. If you're a man, maybe 45 ACP, or if you're a woman, you know, the gun, the importance of the gun is not how big the bullet is, it's that you can hit what you're aiming at. But I chose those 2 calibers because of their commonality. No, get down, kitty. They're common, and then got a tick or something. He showed up yesterday, so we fed him. No, get down. In addition to that, you're going to need laser light combos and holsters that will accommodate your laser light combo. You're going to need a certain number of mags, which is up to your discretion. Again, I'm not going to show you any of mine because I don't want YouTube to fucking freak out. So laser light combos and holsters. On the wheel gun, I would recommend a 357 Magnum. Get a good one. Ruger SP101. I have a Colt King Cobra. You may have seen it on me a couple times. We have snakes here, so sometimes I carry it around on property with me. But the reason I say 357 Magnum is because you can also shoot 38 Special. And then you need holsters for any of your handguns. You can tell he's been neglected. On the long bang sticks, I would recommend a semi-auto chambered in 223, 5.56, or a 308. If you've got a 308, you're going to have a lot more knockdown power and more distance that you can shoot at. You're also going to need laser light combos on your long guns, weapons lights, and in my case I carry red lights and white lights for the same reasons I mentioned before about noise and light discipline in the woods. Yeah, I recommend a 3x9x40 scope. I zero mine at 100 yards, and then I put my lasers in the crosshairs at a target at 100 yards. Realistically, I'm accurate at 100 yards within 2 inches. In the dark. Come on. You're in the way. You're going to need slings for these. You're going to need a cleaning kit. That's also personal discretion. Some things that you might consider is a slingshot. Additionally, you can always pick up a rock. You know, if things are really bad, you can hit a rabbit and knock it out, and then go over there and kill it, and then skin it and eat it. A bow would be good. A lot of the people who may be new to this, you may be like, you're going to want a fixed blade knife. You're probably going to want it to be some kind of survival knife, or at the very least something that somebody made so it's like a survival knife. You're going to want it to be a full spline blade. You're going to want holes through the handles so you can lash the knife to a spear. Some people might say why. In a shift event, the last thing you want to do is get in a physical altercation with somebody. No, come on, get in. This is not your time. Alright? The reason I say that is because the odds of you getting into one and getting out uninjured is very low. So if you can do what you need to do at a distance, that would be better. That's also why you might want to invest in a compound bow, or even a I can't think of the name of it, but a regular bow is what I would call it, or even a crossbow. You know, very effective crossbows are very lethal. So I mean, they take wild boar down with crossbows here in Texas. So, hey, get down. I want you on my lap. Cat's not mine. We don't know if we're going to keep him. The problem with the cat is I have dogs that tend to kill cats. So right now I've got one that I think no, go on. I've got one that I've pretty much trained to leave him alone, but we'll see. So I also have in here maybe one bolt gun, chambered in 30-06, even 308. If you want to carry two AR-223s, to get you a bolt gun and a heavier caliber, I recommend a 30-06 or a 300 Win Mag or 7mm. Something that's got a lot of punching power and something you can shoot at a distance if you needed to. So anyway, this pretty much wraps it up. I wanted to cover the washing thing. This particular tub was bought in the early 2000s. It's lasted since. It's a different type of gauge galvanized steel than the new ones. So, but definitely get a metal container, not a plastic. Plastic will degrade over time, especially if it's exposed to the sun. So, I also hold a Master Molder 1 plastics injection certification, so I know a little bit about plastics. Basically everything plastic is crap and is engineered to fail at a certain time. Some things to consider that I've talked about recently with somebody. No, get down. Come on. Consider getting a bicycle and getting a double child carrier. And you can put some of your gear in the child carrier behind you, and you can cover a lot more ground if you have to walk. If it's a shift event where the grid is just down and not an EMP where your vehicle still runs, then you need to have some kind of vehicle. Like my wife probably wouldn't like it because we wouldn't take her Jeep. We would probably take the van because that would give us somewhere to sleep in. The truck that's behind me because it will get better gas mileage than my big truck. Her truck would be full of some gas cans and other gear that we couldn't fit in the van, and then the van would probably have 2 motorcycles on it on a trailer behind it. So again, figure out your plan, kind of have an idea. I was talking to a young lady today via text that I met while I was in college. She's very, very, very concerned, and she's kind of just barely starting. So, she's like, thanks for all the information and good tips. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.